That's a bit dark again, isn't it? Okay, let's see if I can. 1 minute, just want to put the other light on. That's better. Okay, let me get my book. So good morning, everybody. I hope you're okay. Oh, I feel a bit rough this morning. I think I look a bit rough as well. Oh well, it is what it is. Good morning, my morning message crew. How are we? Don't be shy and say hi. So today is Tuesday the 25th of January and we are going to have a look. Good morning, Melissa. How are you, my darling? How are you? We're going to have a look at what energy's out there today. I've got a song in my head. The rain, it ain't permanent, but we'll be dancing in the sun. We'll be dancing in the sun. So something about the storm's about to pass. So the rain won't be permanent. The tears. Oh, it's a big fluffy. I got given it by my mother, by my godmother. It's so like cozy wozy. It's one of those ones that you wear when it's a bit chilly outside. You don't want to do anything. I've got proper tiles in my kitchen on the floor, so it's so cold when I go down there in the morning. I woke up about 6:30, done the dogs, done the dishwasher. Good morning, Stoney. I lay on the bed, was doing morning meditation and fell back to sleep. Oh, it is so comfy. It's just one of those, you know, that comfortableness of, it kind of feels like a Tuesday. Does anybody else feel like it's a Wednesday, Thursday, like the end of the week's almost here? Like there's so much that's gone on. And I've only had one day. I think you know what it is. My washing machine's broke. The laptop broke, so I had to take that back yesterday. The transport for my eldest son, who's got Asperger's, hasn't been arranged yet. There was just a few things that was dragging on me yesterday and today. I think it's kind of coming through. And I've just drank some tea and had my toast. And he choked on it. So I'm all red-faced and flushed. Yeah. So there you go. My humongous jug of tea. So let's see what is out there today. It does, doesn't it? I didn't think I was the only one. I woke up today thinking, oh, is it Friday tomorrow? Like, is the week nearly over? Yeah, exactly. It is I think, you know what, the beginning part of retrograde, it was more communications with me. The outside communication, it was more, as you know, my phone wouldn't load. I had to do everything by going live. I've just got so used to doing live now. I haven't even tried to record a video. I'm quite happy and comfortable doing it this way. It's just as easy. Yeah, it's just that time of, I don't know, it's just a weird energy around for me, or I'm processing it in a very weird way. Bottom of the deck is happy, happy, regardless of what's going on. So, Oracle, what is today's message? What's today's message that's divinely guided to help us understand or see the truth in the situations that we are going to be facing today? Good morning, honeybee. Good morning, my darling. Exchanging gifts. Peace. I like that exchanging gifts one. It's for, oh, the Observer. Very much that, now that jumped out, that one did. Time to go. No place like home. Oh, so observer and time to go. This for me feels as though you've been watching a situation for long enough and the time is now to go. Or somebody's been watching the situation and they're feeling like their time to go. Exchanging gifts, the giving and receiving of something. But it's going to bring peace. Okay. Okay. Right, let's have a look, see if we can get this angle changed on this so you can have... Oh, look, there we go. There's my phone on the floor. I can't wait for my new stand to come. Yep, I'm here. I'm here. Right, let's see if we can organise this to do it this way. Have I got it the right way? Yes. Right. There's me trying to help. I ended up throwing my camera around. Bloody hell. Starting to have a sweat on. Right, let's see. That'll give me a pulsation in the morning. Okay, right. Let's put a bit more light on it. There we go. There we go. I'm happy you do. It kind of sets us up for the day, doesn't it? Kind of lets us know where we're going a little bit. And I like my desk. It's so big. I can actually show you what's going on. It's such a good feeling to be able to have this much space to work with. And it helps because on the rest of the day, I can use the other half of the desk for 2 chairs can go on the other side and my sons can do their work there. Now, I normally do them. It just depends on what time of day that I do them. I try and get them out in the morning. Some days I do them like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. It depends on how my day's gone. Okay, so first of all, for the collective, we have the exchanging of gifts, and it's a 27. So let's see. What are these gifts that are exchanging? 27. 27. Okay. The law of giving and receiving. Currency, trade-offs, weighing costs, and determining the value. You're entering into a productive, enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize and seize them all. Yet in order to honour them, you must put in the time, exchange your experiences and skills, and commit heart to soul that when you're choosing to pursue, and that you can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of the give and take, the push and the pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide you through your choices, you could deplete yourself and create an imbalance. This is not the time just to do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value that others bring into your life. This kind of brings us back to the last night's message of the masculine, doesn't it? Not being the doer, the chaser, the going after. Good morning, little Anne. Love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. It grows exponentially. And when it is reciprocated, it is beautiful. You must give and receive in order to love, to flourish, and for abundance to flow in between the two of you. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offer the same gift in return. Open your heart and allow it to be filled with love. Let it flow in and out of you. Love is truly yours today. So, the bottom of that, actually, you know something, I'm going to read, because we've been doing the feminine and masculine energy, I think I'm going to do the masculine version, which is what I perceive as the protection, We always see the masculine as the protector, and at the moment, the way things are, the feminines have been either overprotecting the masculine side within them or using that to protect themselves, and maybe the masculine hasn't been standing up. So I will do the protection message as well as the relationship message this morning. Be careful what you pray for, because you just might get it. And when you realize you don't want to have to face it, it can weigh you down. You may find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but know you will have to walk away from. Or even still, it will fail because you cannot or won't pay its dues. Anything that you ask for shall be given. If you want to be a famous musician, you have to practice the craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears a cost. It's okay though, because spirit will help you achieve balance over time. Another message here is reminding you that being only the giver and not the receiver pays out in many, many relationships in your life where you find yourself in the victim mode, in a codependent dynamic, or holding on to a false sense of control. Others may push you to continue to provide and give yourself and prove yourself. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. Be aware of that the need for you to both give and take is the first step to true density and to your true destiny. It's all good and getting better. Not only can you handle it, but can you flourish as a result of it. This is what we was talking about yesterday, didn't it? Wasn't we? About the female being the overgiver, coming from a relationship of codependency and being codependent on a man to feel as though she has to give and receive, and the man then being codependent on you because you're the one who offers the financial security and his financial abundance or his home security, whatever it was, giving too much to the situation. 23, peace. I think we had this yesterday or the other day before. So we're only going to go shadow reading over this one. And then we'll find the whole message out of all of it at the end. Freedom from an attachment and radical acceptance. So you finally going to be able to be at peace with understanding that it is okay to ask somebody to bring something to your table. It's not okay for you to say, I've had this question asked me, so what do you bring to the table? And me being a single parent and all the rest of it, you start getting the, what am I worth? Well, you know what? I don't just have the table, I have the whole house. So what are you going to bring to the table? What are you going to bring to the table? And it is okay for you to do that because now you don't have a codependency to be the only one bearing the gifts. You don't have the only one that's giving. You have to be able to understand the art of receiving. And if this means speaking up your truth and saying, well, what are you bringing to the table? I'm not going to carry somebody who, because I have to carry me, I have to carry my household, I have to carry so many things. If you want to come into this commitment and this union, you have to bring something with you. You have to offer me something. There has to be something of equal reciprocity. You have to give and take. And be at peace with that is okay, because any attachment issues that are of unhealthy or low vibration will fall away. Those that are ready to commit and be an attached part of this commitment will fall into place. So this is where you are, which is after yesterday's message that we did for the masculine. I understand that, and I can feel that maybe people are now a bit more accepting that they've given too much. That's the reason why they had the wrong kind of connection. I heard a good analogy. You pick up a car, you go to buy a car. I don't like using things for metaphors for people, but this is the way it's going to work. So you go and pick up a car. The metaphor was something along the lines of, you want to buy a minivan. Why do you need a minivan? Well, because you've got a family you want, and that's the kind of relationship you want. You need a relationship that's going to nurture you like a car is going to nurture your growth as a family, a minivan. Then you go to the dealership and you see this sports car. So you buy the sports car and you always moan there's not enough room. You moan that it goes too fast. You moan it's too flashy. You moan this. That's the same in relationships. Are you choosing a relationship that suits your needs, or are you choosing a relationship that suits your eye? The car, the minivan, is what we need. We need a reliable, protecting energy of somebody who's in that minivan vibe, rather than going to pick up a car that we all have to squeeze into. We have to change who we are. We have to try and adapt to get into the car. It doesn't become comfortable. It becomes long-winded. It becomes painful. It becomes annoying. It doesn't suit your needs, and then you have to change it. So there you go. Okay. I had someone ask me what I had to bring to the table, and my response was the table. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. But we have to understand that if somebody's asking you that, it's normally because they want what you've got. They want to see what you're offering them. And that is okay, but you have to do it back in return. I'll have to read the comments afterwards in the live, when I go back to the live chat. So, the observer. The other card for the other half of the reading is the observer, which is a 49. So let's see. The observer. Now, we had this a while back, but I'm going to go back into reading the main message here, because I think this is how you've observed yourself. You've observed how you've handled situations in the past. I think you've observed how you were in previous relationships that allowed you to kind of carry the burdens of where you are now. Perspective, objectivity, a neutral observation from a distance. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they can come to the belief that they are the only ones with this reality. There are times when you need to distance yourself in order to gain a perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, peoples, culture, and environment that you've engaged with. You'll be happy you did. Illumination is a miracle you seek when you indeed find. So, like I said, be the observer of the kind of car you want, because that's what you're going to receive. You cannot go and try and get a sports car of a man when you need a minivan man, if you understand my meaning. And I think I've got these kind of analogies from Teal Swan. I can't remember which one it was, but I've been watching a lot of people. So that's kind of her quote. If ever you need to understand the polarity in a more in-depth, I just kind of pull out snippets to relate it to the reading to understand and explain to you how I understand it. But if you want somebody to go and watch, go to her. She's great. Okay. Next is the time to go card. Time to go. 45. 45. So, once you observe where you want to go, or observe the situation, you will know where to go. Look, there's only one pathway here. And this energy is running. She's running. Look, the distance is there. She can see where she's going. The doorway is here for her. She's flowing effortlessly, but it almost feels as though a force is pushing her to go into a direction here. So let's see. Endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn from this experience. So the experience of understanding. So you could have had relationships that were very, very much take, and you had to give, because the lesson had to get learnt here, that it's okay to have value in yourself, and it's okay to understand the reciprocity of giving and receiving, and having an expectation that somebody can come in and give you the way you're willing to give. Because I think so many of us were raised as that independent, strong woman, that we have independently been so strong we've pushed away the want and need of a man to be able to come in, even though that's what we crave. Our actions, our upbringing, our lifestyle has created that to be pushed away from us. So understanding it and now stepping back and seeing it from a different angle is going to allow you the understanding that I've learnt my lesson. Never in my life will I ever overgive again. I want the reciprocity. I understand it's not toxic to ask for something that I know I'm worth. My value isn't something that I should underplay. I am allowed to go forward from here on in, expecting the same as what I'm giving. Giving is receiving, yes it is, but there has to be a reciprocity to it all here. Okay, time to go. I'm going to the relationship message, and then I'm going to do the protection message. The relationship, I can't even say it. The relationship message here today is, it's over, or at least the form of this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or to the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost. Although this card does speak about a breakup, drifting apart, or the ending of a soul contract, it is more about releasing the it's more about the release than the destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, you have to walk away. So by you standing in your power, even if this is the twin flame connection that we're going through, so you have to walk away because you finally understand your value. No matter how much you want this person, you have to understand. I have to understand what I need from this relationship. By setting your goals, setting your boundaries, setting your self-worth, understanding where you went wrong, not this person. This is not about blaming the other person. You allowed an action to happen, which is why it happened. You now have to understand, I will not allow this to happen. I do want the equal give and take. I've understood why and where this came from, that the back pain of my childhood existence, the understanding from past or previous relationships. I've observed it enough to see that I have to step back from that. I've learnt my lessons, and now I'm going to walk away from the person I was. She carried me where she was for so long, but now I need to speak. I need to move forward in my truth. So the prosperity message for this message is clear. The path you have been on for your work, creative projects, business alliances have all come now to an end. You will not find success where you desire by continuing on this same path, or by continuing with what is in front of you. This is an auspicious because there is no choice left that will benefit you other than taking the risk of stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. A cycle has completed. You've finished your tasks. You can now rest assured that the ending is almost upon you. You are a powerful new venture in the opportunity of where you're stepping forward, even better than anything else that you could ever imagine. You have done all that you can. Now trust that spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life. And remember that when you are close to one door, when you close one door, another one opens. Oh, that's the prosperity. Okay, I wanted protection. Even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later. So consider this a break rather than a full ending. Then destiny is in the change here. You lose nothing, but you gain everything when you surrender to the fact your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that is natural. It doesn't have to map out your destiny. The soul does. Spirit loves you. Now trust that. So the message of today is, for me, the cycle is almost complete. You've complete cycle. Now you just have to wait. It's almost like, you finish the test and you're waiting for your results to come in. So you do the test on a Monday. You go to school, you do your test, you've been working along with this for months and months, years and years. You get to grade 11 and you want to know, are you going to elevate to that spiritual university? Are you going to the divine university? Are you coming out of sophomore, of junior high, or whatever it is, that what we call high school, going into university? You've learned all your lessons. It took you a hell of a long time, me 11 years, and that's how much we are in school. We are in school for 11 years. It has taken me 11 years to understand this art of not having to keep giving, and that is not my value by keep giving. I devalue myself by keep giving to a situation, a person who doesn't appreciate or accept who I am, to be able to give in return. And it was a lesson I had to learn. This is not on the other person, because I allowed this to happen, therefore I invited it in. The lesson is now learned. I have to let go of that person who I was that attracted that kind of person within my life. Whether the contract of that ending is now a last cycle, the cycle is ready to now start again. So this could be the ending of a relationship completely, as the card says, but it could also mean the completion of a cycle. The cycle within that connection has now ended for a new cycle to begin. And when the new cycle begins, then you work from this element of, are you going to come in to be an exchanger in the gift of life, in the gift of love? If not, you know straight away at the first hurdle, the person will fall because you're not willing to go back on this. It's something you've observed, you've learned, you've accepted, and you've walked away from. You will not be that person no more. Therefore, you should not attract that kind of man in again. Exactly. We have to teach people how to treat us. But first, we have to learn the lesson of why we accepted that in the past and that we taught people it was okay to treat us with such a way that we did not have to accept anything more, or we didn't need any more. Why? Because we was the giver. We chose that life. We chose that life. And now we are unchoosing it. We have learnt the lessons of life and the mistakes that we were raised in. The paths we were put on were paths that we were put on. We have to now change the paths if we do not like the direction in where that path is taking us. We have the choice. We have a free will. So let's get one of my Melly cards, my Melly Mermaid cards. Let's get a Melly Mermaid card. Okay, angels and spirits, what uplifting message do we need to receive from the Oracle of the Mermaids today? What is the Oh, okay, there we go. And because of this, you've become your own blessing, and the universe is going to grant you the blessing of what it is that they know that you need, not what you want, but what you need. Now you have walked away from the energy of what you wanted and you've learnt what you needed. The blessings are now about set to come in. This lady's face, look at this. So much is happening around her. Good morning, Dan. So much is happening around her. All at once. Bottom of the deck. All we have to do is have the gratitude. Sit within it. Wait for it to come in. Do not be impatient at this point. We have come so far. You have attained so much knowledge about who you are and about how you attracted the fish in the big blue sea. And bottom of the deck on this one, we have there is no place like home. I don't know why, but I'm called to grab one card from the tarot and maybe two. I don't know why, but I'm going to do it. If I'm called to do it, I'm going to do it. I never do this for the morning message. This is not what I do. As those who come here regular know we don't. But I don't know why, but I just feel as though we need to see the kind of carrot on the end of the string. What's in store for us because of this change in energy? What's the blessing? That's what I needed to ask. What's the blessing of the day? Or the energy that's going to be brought in with this learning? What's the energy of something? Forgiveness. Forgive yourself. And then being able to forgive others. Because instead of feeling as though that person in your life took advantage of you, no, they didn't. You gave them the advantage and they took it. You have to see how she's looking within the mirror of emotions, into the valley, into the sea, into the river. She can now see her person in her mirror image. She reflected that all she wanted to do was give. So she attained somebody that just wanted to take. That is not the other person's fault. Is everybody else buffing? Are we okay? Are we okay here? Let me know if we're buffering. Oh, right, okay. I'll quickly finish. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Forgiving somebody else and forgiving yourself. Bottom of the deck. the gifts will come. The wisdom and the restrictions of the past are going to allow you to move forward with this Fool card. So that's what I'm going to leave you with for today. You have to understand that it's been an equal give and take. Somebody has been showing their mirror self to you. Your person has been given their mirrored self. Their mirrored self. To move forward, and new beginnings are coming here. New beginnings are coming. New beginnings are coming. Bottom of the deck, because you've mastered the art of who you are. The lessons the universe wanted you to learn, you have learned. Okay. So, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. I will come back in a couple of hours and we're going to do, like what we did yesterday with the Divine Masculine, but for the Divine Feminine energy. So, later on today, come join me when you see me. If you see me on live, join in. If you haven't got me subscribed, then subscribe. Give you that double bell so you've got the little ding-a-lingers around it. That way you know that you're going to get the notification when I go live. Please like this video. It helps get it out there. And I shall see you sometime a little later. I hope you all have a great day. Enjoy the energy and the blessings. Take the lessons that you've learned. Sit with them. And I love you loads.